Throwing away broken glass is like throwing away diamonds. Most people tend to discard small or shattered pieces of glass or mirrors, thinking they're completely useless. But from now on, stop throwing them away. Today, I'll show you an incredible idea that will completely change the way you see broken glass. I'm going to collect these glass pieces and transform them into something unique, aesthetic, and valuable. Since the glass pieces I have are mostly square-shaped, I'm going to cut them into smaller, more artistic pieces to make the final result look unique and aesthetically pleasing. Irregular cuts often give a more natural and creative look compared to perfectly shaped ones. But don't worry, you don't need a professional glass cutter to do this. If you don't have one, you can simply use a small hammer. Just cover the glass with a thick cloth or some newspaper, then gently tap it until it breaks into smaller pieces. This way, you can safely create the perfect fragments for your project. What's great is that you can actually get small mirror or glass pieces for free. Just visit your local glass or mirror workshop. They often throw away leftover pieces from custom cuts. Most of the time, these scraps end up as trash, even though they still have so much potential. Instead of letting them go to waste, we can transform these glass fragments into something beautiful, creative, and even valuable. Who would have thought that something people usually throw away could be turned into a piece of art with real worth? You can cut the glass into any shape you like: triangles, squares, circles, or any design you think looks unique. Let your creativity flow, because the more imaginative your shapes are, the more stunning the final result will be. Where are you watching this video from? Leave a comment and let me know. I'd love to see how far this video has reached around the world, so I can keep creating content that's more relevant and meaningful for everyone who's part of this amazing community. I have a wooden table from the World War II era. The table is no longer suitable for use. It's very dirty and the appearance is not attractive at all. But it would be such a waste if I threw this table away. If you have an old wooden table, don't be too quick to throw it away. A wooden table that looks dull and worn out can actually be transformed into something unique and valuable when combined with pieces of broken glass. The first step is to sand the entire surface of the table to make it cleaner and smoother. I attach small pieces of plywood along the edges of the table to act as a border. I then cover the joint areas of the table with tape to prevent the material we pour later from leaking through the gaps. Then I coated the entire surface of the table with contact cement. Make sure every area is covered evenly and that no spots are missed. Let the adhesive dry first. While waiting for the glue on the table surface to dry, apply the adhesive to the back of the glass pieces we prepared earlier in the video. Apply the adhesive carefully so it doesn't stain the front surface of the mirror glass. This recycling process can be done by anyone, even without special skills. Instead of throwing away items that may hold history or memories from loved ones, it's much better to give them a new purpose. Additionally, this method helps reduce scattered glass waste, which can be dangerous and may injure someone if stepped on. Once the gluing process is complete, you can start attaching the glass pieces onto the wooden table. Take the glass pieces that were coated with adhesive first, or those whose adhesive is already fully dry, because this type of glue works by bonding dry to dry. You are free to arrange the glass pieces however you like, randomly, neatly aligned, or shaped into a specific design. In this project, I arranged them in a random pattern. Make sure to leave small gaps between each piece so the spaces can later be modified using a simple, easy-to-find material. This technique will make the final appearance much more attractive. Now prepare some white cement and a container. Add a few scoops of white cement into the container. Then mix it with water until it forms a slightly thick consistency. You can also add coloring to the mixture. I'm using food coloring because it's safer, especially if the table will later be used to place food or drinks. Once the cement and coloring are thoroughly mixed, it's time to fill the gaps between the glass pieces. Use this mixture to cover every open space, from the tiny cracks to the wider gaps. Apply it slowly while smoothing it out, making sure the mixture seeps into all the spaces and bonds firmly. This step requires a bit of patience, but it will make the table look cleaner, more cohesive, and full of unique character. After all the gaps are filled with the colored cement mixture, let it sit until it's partially dry. At this stage, the mixture will begin to harden from the inside before we continue to the next step. Once the mixture is completely dry, you can wipe the surface using a slightly damp cloth. This step helps remove any remaining cement on top of the glass and smooth out the filled gaps, giving the entire surface a cleaner and more refined finish. In the final step, you can polish the glass surface to make it cleaner and more glossy. This simple finishing touch will make the overall appearance look much more attractive and professional. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, subscribe now and join our community. We still have many more creative ideas coming your way. Share this creative idea with your friends or family. Who knows, an idea like this might be useful for them in the future. From a creative and recycling standpoint, discarded materials can actually be transformed into something far more useful. This concept can even be turned into a business opportunity in the furniture world. You can create a uniquely designed table like this, using nothing more than old mirror pieces that most people would normally throw away. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope the idea is useful, and I'll see you in the next video.